JBL is an American audio electronics company currently owned by Harman International. It was founded in 1946 by James Bulff Lansing. Their primary products are loudspeakers and associated electronics. There are two independent divisions within the company: JBL Consumer and JBL Professional. The former produces audio equipment for the consumer home market, while the latter produces professional equipment for the studio, installed sound, tour sound, portable sound, and cinema markets. History: James B. Lansing founded JBL 1 year after leaving ALTEC Lansing as their vice president of engineering in 1945. The company was first called Lansing Sound, Incorporated, from October 1, 1946, and later changed its name to James B. Lansing Sound. The first products were the Model D101 15-inch loudspeaker and the Model D175 high-frequency driver. The D175 remained in the JBL catalog through the 1970s. Both of these were near copies of ALTEC Lansing products. The first original product was the D130, a 15-inch transducer for which a variant would remain in production for the next 55 years. The D130 featured a 4-inch flat ribbon wire voice coil and Alnico V magnet. Two other products were the 12-inch D131 and the 8-inch D208 cone drivers. The Marquardt Corporation gave the company early manufacturing space and a modest investment. William H. Thomas, the treasurer of Marquardt Corporation, represented Marquardt on Lansing's board of directors. In 1948 Marquardt took over operation of the JBL. In 1949 Marquardt was purchased by General Tire Company. The new company was not interested in the loudspeaker business and severed ties with Lansing. Lansing reincorporated as James B. Lansing, Incorporated, and moved to his newly formed company to its first private location on 2439 Fletcher Drive, Los Angeles. A key to JBL's early development was Lansing's close business relationship with its primary supplier of Alnico V magnetic material, Robert Arnold of Arnold Engineering. Arnold Engineering extended favorable terms and deep credit to Lansing. Robert Arnold saw JBL as an opportunity to sell Alnico V magnetic material into a new market. James Lansing was noted as an innovative engineer, but a poor businessman. For the next 3 years Lansing struggled to pay invoices and ship product. As a result of deteriorating business conditions and personal issues, he committed suicide on September 4, 1949. The company then passed into the hands of Bill Thomas, JBL's then vice president. Lansing had taken out a $10,000 life insurance policy, naming the company as the beneficiary, a decision that allowed Thomas to continue the company after Lansing's death. Soon after, Thomas purchased Mrs. Lansing's 1/3 interest in the company and became the sole owner of the company. Thomas is credited with revitalizing the company and spearheading a period of strong growth for the 2 decades following the founding of JBL. Early products included the Model 375 high-frequency driver and the 075 UHF ring radiator driver. The ring radiator drivers are also known as JBL bullets, because of their distinctive shape. The 375 was a reinvention of the Western Electric 594 driver but with an Alnico V magnet and a 4-inch voice coil. The 375 shared the same basic magnet structure as the D130 woofer. JBL engineers Ed May and Bart N. Locanthe created these designs. Two products from that era, the Hartsfield and the Paragon, continue to be highly desired on the collector's market. In 1955 the brand name JBL was introduced to resolve ongoing disputes with ALTEC Lansing Corporation. The company name James B. Lansing Sound, Incorporated was retained, but the logo name was changed to JBL with its distinctive exclamation point logo. The JBL 4320 series studio monitor was introduced through Capitol Records in Hollywood and became the standard monitor worldwide for its parent company, EMI. JBL's introduction to rock and roll music came via the adoption of the D130 loudspeaker by Leo Fender's Fender Guitar Company as the ideal driver for electric guitars. In 1969, Bill Thomas sold JBL to the Jervis Corporation headed by Dr. Sidney Harman. The 1970s saw JBL become a household brand, starting with the famous L100, which was the best-selling loudspeaker model of any company to that time. The 1970s also saw a major JBL expansion in the professional audio field from their studio monitors. By 1977, more recording studios were using JBL monitors than all other brands combined, according to a Billboard survey. The JBL L14310 control monitors were noteworthy, popular home speakers. In the late 1970s, the new L-series designs L15, L26, L46, L56, L86, L96, L112, L150, and later the L150A and flagship L250 were introduced with improved crossovers, ceramic magnet woofers, updated mid-range drivers, and aluminum deposition phenolic resin tweakers. In the mid-1980s the designs were again updated and redesigned with a new titanium deposition tweeter diaphragm. The new L-series designations being the L20T, L40T, L60T, L80T, L100T, the T-Series 18T, 120T, 240T, and the flagship 250T. To test speaker drivers, JBL in Northridge used the roof as an outdoor equivalent to an anechoic chamber. Over the next 2 decades JBL went more mass market with their consumer line of loudspeakers. At the same time, they made an entry into the high-end market with their project speakers, consisting of the Everest and K2 lines. JBL became a prominent supplier to the tour sound industry, their loudspeakers being employed by touring rock acts and music festivals. JBL products were the basis for the development of THX loudspeaker standard, which resulted in JBL becoming a popular cinema loudspeaker manufacturer. JBL was formerly used in Ford's top-of-the-line vehicle audio systems, as competition with Chrysler and Nissan. Today, Toyota uses JBL systems in its product lineup. One of the best system that JBL come up with is JBL Creature 2, Timeline, 1902 a Euro birth of James B. Lansing in Illinois, U.S., 1927 a Euro founding of Lansing Manufacturing Company in Los Angeles, 1934 a Euro Douglas Shearer from MGM designs the first speaker for the cinema. Lansing builds system components. 1941 a Euro ALTEC Service Company acquires Lansing Manufacturing Company, 1944 a Euro Lansing and Hilliard redefine the reference theatre speaker with Model A4, renamed Voice of the Theatre, 1946 a Euro Lansing leaves ALTEC and founds a new company, James B. Lansing Sound Incorporated, 1947 a Euro JBL has a speaker 38 cm, D130, using for the first time a 4-voice coil and a speaker cone, 1949 a Euro James B. Lansing dies. William Thomas became president of the company, 1954 a Euro the 375 compression engine is the first 4-inch engine sold. Its response extends to 9 kHz, 1954 a Euro presentation of acoustic lenses developed by Barth Locanthe. 1955 a Euro Leo Fender integrates the D130 model in their amplifiers, thus signaling the entry of JBL into professional music. 1958 a Euro introduction of JBL Paragon stereo speaker system. 1962 a Euro JBL creates the first 2-way studio monitor, using a high-frequency motor lens. 1968 a Euro JBL launches the 3-way speaker 4310. 1969 a Euro Sidney Harman acquires JBL. 1969 a Euro L100, a consumer version of the 4311 is launched a Euro. This would sell over 125,000 pairs in the 70s. 1969 a Euro JBL components deliver sound at Woodstock and many other rock festivals. 1973 a Euro 4300 series launched, including the first 4-way speaker. 1975 a Euro 4682 model line array strongbox, 1979 a Euro technology diamond surround for control of high-frequency resonances in 1979 a Euro development of symmetrical field geometry, 1980 a Euro Pavilion B radial a registered trademark constant dispersion technology, 1981 Euro the first B-radial monitor, 4400 for the recording studio. 1982 Euro titanium is used as a material for compression engines. 1984 Euro JBL acquires UREI. 1986 Euro the first models of Control series unveiled. 1990 Euro vented gap cooling technology. 1991 Euro the first pro audio speaker based on neodymium with Array series. 1995 Euro birth of Eon system. 1995 Euro first neodymium differential drive speaker. 1996 Euro creation of the HLA standard with line array space frame design. 1999 Euro JBL used in Woodstock. 2000 Euro creation of VIA-Tech line array system. 2000 Euro birth of EVO, the intelligent loudspeaker controlled by DSP. 2002 Euro VIA-Tech is used for the Super Bowl, the Grammy Awards and the ceremony of the 2002 FIFA World Cup. Examples of applications: Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, AMPAS, Institut de Recherche et de Coordination Acoustique Musique, IRCAM, Digital Cinema Project, Government. References. External links: Official Consumer Products website, Official Professional Products website, Lansing Heritage website, JBL Forum at Vintage Audio.